Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sentry Tournament of Champions preview. This is your boys here from FSI. This is our first inaugural video for this year. Last year, what brought us a lot of good success. It is me, TK Nation 47, and I'm with John Cool 19. John, hi, how you doing? And welcome to the new year for the PGA season.
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm so excited to get back into golf. It felt like an eternity off, even though it was just a handful of weeks. So I'm ready and charged to dive on in here. Sentry Tournament of Champions. A lot of good golfers, good field, small field, no cut. Very different event, but I'm pumped for it.
Yeah, this year, the Sentry Tournament of Champions is doing something different. Typically, this is only an event for the champions of the previous last year's event results, but Sentry has decided to allow everyone that made the tour championship to participate this year because of the COVID and how it cut out half the events last year. So
Right.
pretty good field this week. A lot of good names, a lot of good value. I'm looking forward to it. So let's just jump right in and get going. We got two favorites. I like here. I got like Xander Schauffele at 10K. He is fourth in birdies or better in the last 50 rounds, first in par 5 scoring, and fifth in putting. Xander also was the winner of this event in 2019, came in second in 2020, and he has a recent form of a 17th at the Masters. Really like Xander Schauffele, really good no cut event, WGC kind of guy where he gets in these big fields with these good golfers, and he seems to show up. Really like him here, and I also like Viktor Hovland. Probably one of the hottest golfers when it comes to recent form. Not
Sure.
something I'm not going to put too much into stock, but with Viktor Hovland, I'm going to. He won the Mayakoba Championship, and he was third at the World Tour Championship in Dubai. That was only a couple of short weeks ago. The European Tour came to a close, and Hovland was invited, and he certainly showed up, firing a really strong round on Sunday. And 20-1 for Viktor Hovland is not really a number I would attack for on odds, but definitely a golfer I'm going to attack at 9,200 on DraftKings. That's where the bulk of my exposure is going to be for Mr. Hovland. Who do you got here as your favorites, and how are you feeling about this tournament in general?
Yeah, I agree a lot on Xander. I really like him this week, obviously, with the tournament history here. But I think at the top is a guy that everyone's going to have. If they're building a handful of lineups, they'll have him in at least a couple of them, likely to be one of the highest owned golfers, even with the 11K price tag. That is Dustin Johnson. He's a two-time winner here at the Tournament of Champions in 2013 and 18. He's finished top 10 every single time he's played this event, all 8 times. That is last 10 events. He's got 4 wins. So if we're looking at form, there is nobody hotter than Dustin Johnson out there right now. 8 top 10s and 1 missed cut over those last 10 events. That's just insane. 8 top 10s in 10 tries. So, and then includes the Masters, and he's just on fire right now. And really every part of his game is fantastic. As we built him into the model, looking at the last 36 rounds, he's first in ball striking, first in greens and regulation, first on approach, first in birdies or better, first tee to green. Every single stat that I've looked at, he's at the top. He might not be the best putter, I guess, but he's not bad at that either. So Dustin Johnson, put him in as many lineups as you can fit him in. That's not going to be easy this week. Obviously, with the short field, there is not a bunch of 6K golfers, so we'll talk about some of the sleepers later. The other guy I like here at the top, Hideki Matsuyama, he will not be nearly as popular an option, 20-1 on his odds. He's got a good tournament history, though. 4th in 2018, runner-up in 17, 3rd in 2015. So I do like that. The form's kind of there, too. He was 13th at the Masters, and the week before that, 2nd place at the Houston Open. I am a sucker for playing Hideki. I'm going to fall into that. I don't want to call it a trap, but I'm going to fall into that trap this week. I will play quite a bit of Hideki, and I feel like that's going to be kind of low owned in that range. People will flock to Viktor Hovland and a couple other guys I think we'll talk about in the values. So I do like that pick a lot. So I think we should jump into some values. What are your favorite kind of value picks on this slate?
Value, I'm definitely going to go with my guy here at 8,300, Joaquin Niemann. fifth last year in this, or fifth in 2019 at this event, and he has some recent form with a 23rd at the Mayakoba. Last 50 rounds, he ranked sixth in approach, ninth off the tee, sixth in ball striking, and 17th in birdies or better. One thing I'm going to do this year, that more so than any other year in the past, is I'm going to build a lot of statistical lineup correlations with guys that do really well with approach shots, guys that do really well, maybe just putting. I'm going to try to vary my lineups that way. I am a 20 entry max player, so I typically have a lot more exposures to other golfers than maybe someone that's running the single lineup or the 3 entry max. But yeah, Neiman's going to be on most of my approach lineups. And the next guy I really like is Cameron Champ at 7,900, 66 to 1. We have min price on Yahoo, which is just an absolute steal. Going to be building a lot of variation lineups on Yahoo with that kind of value for Cameron Champ, who finished 11th in 2019. He finished 14th in 2020. He does it in various ways here at Sentry. He was, 2.2 strokes gained tee to green in 2020. And then in 2019, he gained 4.8 strokes putting. So he can do it in a lot of different ways. This is a course that is, yes, very long, 7,400 yards, but also a course that you can rely on the different undulation and slopes of the course to get your distance. Cameron Champ already extremely long off the tee. I think that benefits him. And only other note is that he really finished well at the Masters with the 19th place. How about you for your value plays this week? Who do you got?
Yeah, I went a little more expensive on a couple guys here. I do like Sanjay M. This is his first appearance at the Tournament of Champions, but I'm looking more at the stats on him. He's 10th in ball striking, 7th greens in regulation, 9th in par 5 scoring, and 13th on approach. That lands him in my modeling inside the top 10. And for that price, I really, really like it. So I'll play quite a bit of Sungjae in my lineups here. And then Tony Finau intrigues me quite a bit. I think the 22 to 1 odds isn't fantastic. He's not a golfer that's known to win many events. He didn't win one last year. He got his entry via points. So I'm not necessarily interested in him in an outright bet, maybe a top 5 bet though. I'd be interested there. He was 9th at the Tournament of Champions in 2017, but look at his form. He's got 4 top 10s over his last 10 events. And then the modeling loves him as well. Last 36 rounds, 6th in ball striking, 4th distance, 2nd in par 5 scoring, and 4th on approach. So as you were talking about, if you're going to build an approach centric lineup, Tony Finau should probably be in it. So I would love to play Tony Finau in that same mesh there with Neiman and probably like a JD. So yeah, anything else on the values?
Yeah, I really like the Finau pick. I think he's a really strong play. Another guy, I think another thing we failed to mention at the top when we're talking about favorites, I think people obviously know JT. If you play DFS golf, JT's always a strong bet with 2 previous wins here at Tournament of Championship. Probably should get some mention. As far as other value plays, I think we're set, and I think we should move to some sleepers. My favorite sleeper, I like Mackenzie Hughes. He is going to be my long shot bet of the week. He is 25th at the Tournament of Championship in 2017, 150 to 1. I like him. That. Yeah, I like him. Min price on Yahoo as well. 19th in birdies or better, 17th in par 5s, and he is first in putting. So when you get down to the lineup, when you get down there to the guys like Brennan Todd and Mackenzie Hughes, you are building lineup correlations with their putting stats because approach shots, they're probably going to be at the back end. Their approaches are typically back end of the field, and they rely mostly on their putting. And I think I could do that for 6,800 with a guy who can win. Who do you got here? Cleveland boy?
Yeah, I'll take Jason Kokrak here.
Ohio.
The 7,300 price tag, the 90 to 1 odds isn't too bad either. I think he's better than quite a few of the golfers that are in that same range. So last 36 rounds, 9th in ball striking, 3rd greens in regulation, 5th birdie or better. He's even top 10 driving distance, 15th par 5 scoring, The model absolutely loves Jason Kokrak for his salary. He is way above a whole handful of guys that are just above him in the pricing, or really even some 8K guys. He's way above them in the modeling. So I think Jason Kokrak is a fantastic option to slip into your lineups, maybe as your last guy in, or your next to last guy in, something like that. If you're playing someone like Mackenzie Hughes, or really diving down there for like a Warinsky or someone. But I think Kokrak would be a great way to round out your lineups.
Awesome. I love it. Shout out Northeast Ohio. Jason Kokrak's going to win this week. Browns are going to beat the Steelers, and the Buckeyes are going to win the national championship. It's going to be an all Ohio weekend. All right, guys. So thank you for tuning in. As always, you can follow us on Twitter at TKNation47 and at JohnCool19. Please like and subscribe our videos. Follow the YouTube channel at Fantasy Sports / Fantasy Sports Insight, and our website at www.fsidfs.com. John, thank you for joining me this week for our quick picks, as you would say, for the new PGA DFS season.
Awesome. And only thing just to mention last is join us in the Discord. We've got lots of cores coming out this week. We'll hit a little more on weather as we get to Wednesday, and really kind of share if there's any other players that grow on us as the week goes on. So that's where you'll find our kind of final decisions as we lock in our lines.
Awesome. Yes. Get into the Discord, get those extra core plays. Thank you, John. And everyone, take care tonight.
Yep. Peace.